Homelessness and temporary accommodation in Nottingham is a massive, massive issue. On March the 6th this year, Nottingham City Council announced that for 13 consecutive weeks, not a single homeless family had to stay in emergency accommodation. So is it getting better? Well, this is the fascinating story of a mother and son who were homeless in Nottingham for a year, moving from place to place, who finally found a home.
There's a day when I picked him up and we had nowhere to go. We had to go to Loxley House for them to give us somewhere because we waited. You had to wait for an email to come through to tell you where you're going next. But the whole day we had nothing.
For an entire year, Heather Chisv and her 9-year-old son lived in temporary accommodation, moving from hotel room to hotel room, not knowing if a night's sleep tomorrow was guaranteed. What were the conditions like for temporary accommodation? Were they okay?
Well, we made it fun for ourselves. Well, like when we were moving to the hotels, we would rate them ourselves to see, oh, Ibis Hotel, oh, we'll give it 3 stars, or Best Western, we'll give it. So it all depends. But we really stayed in some nice hotels, and then we stayed in some places we would think, I won't come back here. I know it was free, we were not paying for it, but even if you're not paying for it, at least make it a bit more something. And the problem with hotels is, you only get a bed, you don't get any food, so you have to go out for the food. And in that moment, I can't work because I have no permanent address. So it's the situation is tricky to navigate, but then at the end, something will come out.
Heather lived in Zimbabwe before seeking asylum in the UK, but didn't expect to spend a year moving around.
That's where I think in my mind, I thought, as soon as I get my papers done, the council will look after me, of which I think that's what everyone thinks. In a nutshell, that's what everyone thinks, like things will just be sorted out. You don't think that you spend a year moving from one place to another, moving from one place to another. So in that moment, that's something that I've learned. And whatever they gave me, I appreciated because I thought, well, at least I've got a shelter. But in my mind, I'll be thinking I need to be strong for him.
Since July 2024, they have lived in Sneinton, Nottingham, and were offered a house at a rent significantly below market value by Nottingham letting agent Yes Let's.
Yeah. How does he feel now?
You should have seen the day that he moved in.
What you're about to see is Heather's son's first ever reaction to seeing his brand new room in his new home.
To see this.
What do you think?
This is amazing, actually.
Give the camera a thumbs up. Can you see the camera? Give it a thumbs up. Just that's there.
He was like, oh my, because I moved in on a Thursday. He was at school and he came back because he had gone camping, and he came, everything was already set up. Even now, he's still...
And how does that make you feel?
Proud of, I'm not sure whether I should be proud of me or proud of him that we carried each other to that. And he's a Notts County supporter, so his bedroom is in black and white. So he's
Has it brought you guys closer together as a mother and son?
Yes, it has. So now, because now we can even say, what are we cooking today? And you don't even need to worry like, oh, maybe tomorrow they'll say you can move out, or tomorrow they'll say, oh, this is it.
Jenny Brudel is a director at Yes Let's and seemed overjoyed at how far the family had come in their journey.
Once their benefits kick in, they get LHA rates, so we try and keep our properties as close to LHA rates as possible to make it affordable for them.
What's an LHA rate?
So local housing allowance, so it's what you get from the government to pay your rent. And so generally rents are much higher than LHA, so we try if we can to keep them as affordable as possible to allow people like Heather to afford to live in a property.
And what impact do you think that has on people like Heather?
or just gives her an opportunity to live. So to pay your rent, to be able to afford to pay your bills, and then afford to have a little life as well. So that's what we really wanted to do. Rather than us make more profit, we wanted to allow Heather to thrive rather than us to sort of make more money.
And how important do you think what you do is to, I mean, as we've talked about, 700 families in Nottingham in temporary accommodation,
Yeah.
how important is what you do?
I think it's really important, and I think it's really needed across the city. So I think the more landlords that we get involved with and the more properties that we buy, it's just helping to alleviate some of those 700 families to have somewhere to live and somewhere affordable and nice and, you know, well maintained, and help them in any other ways that we can as well.
Absolutely. From a business perspective, was it a difficult decision to reduce the rent?
No, not at all. No, we wanted to. So it feels an absolute gift to be able to build a business that allows enough margins to be able to help people out. So no, not at all.
Do you think other estate agents could do that, but maybe choose not to?
I think that generally this industry is about business and money. What we wanted to try and do was to do business, but to help people. So unless I think there are more landlords out there that do it though, that we just don't hear about. I definitely do.
For this family, the wait is over, but for thousands more across the UK, it's still ongoing.
I came in and I looked at it before it was like this. I was like, wow, how are they going to transform it? And then when I came in and they changed everything, I was like, wow. So yeah, it's been quite, they've been really kind. That's what I can say, they've been really kind. Many landlords, they do it for the profit, and with us, with the rent that we pay, and from what my other friends are saying, how much they're paying, I feel very privileged that I'm not charged an arm and a leg for the house. So it makes you not worry too much, because everything is getting expensive these days. So for what I pay and how my living conditions are, I would say I'm blessed in that way.